picks, and we're going to start with Eric Gray. Coach Steve has him 10th. John has him outside. Both Johns have him outside their top 10. So you guys can read the stats for yourself. Coach Steve, since you're the highest on him, I'm going to let you start off. What's good about Eric Gray? What
Yeah,
would
no,
be
I
a good
mean, just
attribute?
in general sense, a lot of these running backs are like so close in terms of like where I ranked a lot of them. But with Eric Gray, I liked a lot what I saw on film with him. Somebody who can, change direction real easily, get into the open field, and really just make defenders miss. And that's some of the things you saw early on film. It's like, wow, if this guy gets in the space, like watch out, like he's going to be hard to tackle, and not because he's powerful or anything, but he can just find ways to make defenders just look the other way, and he's gone 30 yards downfield. He's got a good receiving skill set to him. Again, he's got a little bit more on the treads a little bit there, or I would have him higher, but he produced well enough in Tennessee, and then he went to Oklahoma, and then he got his shot finally his senior year and just exploded. And he was one of the few bright spots on this Oklahoma Sooners team. And I like him a lot. I think he can fit well into at the next level at the NFL and be kind of like a 1B. I don't think he's ever going to be a guy who is a true like workhorse or anything like that, but he could be a good change of pace guy and produce really well, especially if he gets that receiving skill set. He had 2 seasons over 30 receptions. I like him, man, and that's kind of why I have him at 10 overall.
I don't disagree. I mean, he was a great prospect coming in, good player. I like him a lot. I think he is good in short area stuff, good quickness. My only 2 problems with him, and not that I don't like him, he's just happens to be outside my top 10. Age, he's a little bit older, and I think he can lose to arm tackles a little more than I like. I don't like him getting dragged down like that. To me, is something that happens a lot in the NFL, and if it's happening in college, then it's just going to be hard because everyone's bigger and faster and stronger in the NFL. So if you're losing to arm tackles, sometimes I'm like, I don't love that kind of quality. But overall, like you said, good, quick, shifty kind of guy. He could be a good sort of change of pace back. Yeah, I like him. I just don't. There's just I got like 10 or 11 other guys I tend to like a little more.
I loved his production his last year at Oklahoma. I thought watching the film, he became a much better inside runner. When he was at Tennessee, I kind of labeled him as an outside runner. The coaching staff worked with him. They tweaked the offense. He rose to the occasion. So I was very bullish when I put him in my production model. When I looked at the size, he's 5'9", 209. So he's got that nice size that I'm looking for. He skipped the combine, which is always a red flag for me. And then at his pro day, he ran a 4.63 and a 7.25.
Unofficial.
So he did come down the board. I would have liked to have seen a little bit better numbers. So it warns me a little bit. How athletic is he? I do like him. Obviously, if he gets drafted in the 4th round, I could feel good about him. But if he falls to the 5th or 6th round, then I'm really going to be torn because I do like the film, but I really have to ask myself, how athletic is Eric Gray?
Understandable. Okay. That's good.